Therizinosaurus may be an herbivore, but you could have fooled me looking at those claws. Either way, this dinosaur's unique physiology gives it a real presence, and presence always draws in a crowd. Glad to have this one on site. Maybe it's the showman in me, but I've got a real soft spot for dinosaurs with impressive-looking headgear. Take the Centaurosaurus, for example. I mean, with a crest like that, this animal was born to be a star. This hybrid, the Ankylodocus, might look nice and docile, but it was engineered for defense. A tough armored hide, a whip-like tail with a club on the end? Yeah, this dinosaur should come with a warning tag around his neck.
Asset delivery.
Now, much like me, the Brachiosaurus has a huge heart. Of course, this dinosaur needs it just to get blood to the very tip of its head and tail. Whereas, I'm just that nice a guy. Did I hear someone snicker back there?
Prepare asset for release.
Whew, the Dryosaurus is a speedy little animal. It lived in what's now the western United States, feeding on low foliage and using its impressive agility to zip away from predators. If you can't beat them, run from them, right?
The Gallimimus is a sociable animal, but its speed is what stands out to me. The ranger teams are gonna have their work cut out for them. The Homolocephali might seem unassuming, but that flat plate on its head isn't there for decoration. I've seen it used socially amongst the dinosaurs, but I've also seen it used defensively. Long story short, do not underestimate this animal.
One of my absolute favorite dinosaurs, the Loki-Ceratops. When you hear that name, no doubt, you think of the Norse trickster god Loki. The curved horns at the top of the dinosaur's iconic frill are pretty similar to the curved horn helmet that Loki is often shown wearing, leading to that legendary namesake for this legendary addition to the site.
One of the first dinosaurs discovered to have nesting colonies, the Maiasaura is both social and relatively friendly. Its name means good mother lizard. And what an appropriate name it is.
When people think of dinosaurs, they tend to imagine animals of a certain size. And yes, most dinosaurs are at least bigger than modern animals. The Microceratus is different. But don't let its small size make you underestimate it. They are still dinosaurs, with all the dangers that implies.
A medium-sized herd animal, the Nasutoceratops is known for its enormous nose and pronged brow horns. Those horns have a similar function to those of a wild cow, or even a modern deer to battle with another of the same species to determine dominance. It's the behavioral equivalent of one of Cabot's handshakes.
This graceful herbivore, the Titan, was one of the last non-avian dinosaurs to go extinct. That long neck and striking crest makes it a real crowd pleaser. And that's also where it got its name, which translates to Titanic Swan.
The unique crest of the Parasaurolophus isn't just majestic, but functional too. Its uses are myriad, from communication to thermal regulation. Evolution is quite the problem solver. These cute little animals, the Psittacosaurus, are rather fascinating. They have impressive, self-sharpening teeth that are amazing at slicing through plant matter. Despite that, they still need to swallow stones or gastroliths to help them digest their food. Eating habits aside, though, I'm an especially big fan of those tail quills, and I'm sure our guests will be too.
Quiet, docile, easy to manage and control. All reasons that I prefer the Sinoceratops to my ex-wife's Chihuahua. This herbivore has all the potential to be a star of any park, so treat it like one.
This hybrid animal has a number of distinctive and iconic features of other dinosaurs. The Stegoceratops was designed and engineered to appeal to the masses, and oh boy, does it!
This animal is like a prehistoric rhino. If you want to get scientific about it, it's called the Styracosaurus. Though I prefer rhino-dino personally, huh? It's a plant eater, and even the toughest of plants are no match for that horn plus that beak.
Even the most casual of enthusiasts know of the Triceratops. Although primarily used for display and establishing dominance within their herd, those infamous horns can be deadly when necessary.
With its thick skull and clubbed tail, the Ankylosaurus can be both a handful and also one of the premier species in this facility. Which when we get, is gonna depend on how well we take care of it. Its name might be a mouthful, but the Archaeornithomimus has still managed to capture hearts and minds. And no surprise either. There's something about its bird-like stature that just feels kind of charming, you know? I have zero doubts that this one will be a real hit with our guests.
If you're anything like me, you look at the amazing frill of the Chasmosaurus and think, hey, walking ad space. Now, a lot of my ideas get shut down, but boy, did that one get shut down fast. Now here's a distinctive-looking dinosaur. The Corythosaurus has a bill like a duck and an impressive crest on its head. Kinda makes you wonder if evolution really does have a plan or if it's just trying everything until something sticks, huh? Now that I mention it, that might be exactly how evolution works. Huh. The Dreadnoughtus. This herbivore's name means fears nothing, and it's so big that I believe it.
The Edmontosaurus is a large herbivore that moves in herds. Although it usually walks on four legs, this dinosaur can raise itself up onto its hind legs when looking for food or keeping an eye out for danger. A useful ability and an impressive one to watch from a viewing gallery.
There are a lot of reasons that we don't let guests ride the dinosaurs. Trust me, lawyers and ecologists have told me all of them. But the Gigantspinosaurus is a pretty compelling case on its own. After all, those blades and spikes on its back are enough to put off the nastiest of predators, let alone a paying audience. But hey, at least it's still a heck of a sight from a viewing gallery.
Big and stubborn, the iguanodon can be difficult to manage. Not that you shouldn't try, though. The rewards of having this incredible herbivore here outweigh any difficulty in caring for it.
the Lystrosaurus, a true survivor of the dinosaur world. No one is quite sure how this animal survived the mass Permian extinction event, but survive it did. It might be small in stature and toothless, bar those upper canine tusks, but the Lystrosaurus was a remarkably successful species in its time. And now, of course, in our time as well.
Oh, the Mutaborosaurus might look a little awkward, but you should see the size of the herds this animal can thrive in. It's a remarkably social dinosaur and is pretty friendly with other herbivores to boot. But are you surprised? I mean, who wouldn't want to hang out with a base like that?
Like me, this animal, the Nodosaurus, is shy and likes to keep to itself. Okay, not like me, huh? But it does have thick skin. Like me. Huh, sometimes. Here we have the Pachycephalosaurus, which is the ancient Greek way of saying thick-headed lizard. I've been called that many times myself, but joke's on them. I like this dinosaur so much that I take it as a compliment. Well, I like it from afar, at least. They can get a bit, headbutty for my liking.
The enormous Patagotitan, one of the largest animals ever to roam the earth. They might seem intimidating and huge, but these animals are actually gentle herbivores. Give them their space, treat them right, and they'll absolutely amaze our guests.
Stegosaurus might seem calm and docile, but there's no sense letting your guard down. If it's uncomfortable or provoked, it could do a lot of damage to our fences. Trust me on that.
The Stygimoloch is a gentle giant most of the time, until they're spooked at least. In the wild, that sort of defensive reaction keeps them and their herd safe. So try not to hold it against them if it's our fences that are on the receiving end of a charging Stygi.